How's everybody doing? All right. Today we're going to be talking about how to truly be happy. For those of you who are joining, thank you so much for joining. Just a couple of things. I haven't gone live in a while, but I'm back. I'm here. I'm excited about it. And the good thing is I have a glass of Merlot. So if you have a glass of wine, cheers. Join with me. We're going to talk about how to be happy, truly be happy. And then I want to talk about a couple of things, a couple of resources that that you can reach out to and get if you just click the link in my bio. I just completed a book called Love Yourself. Love Yourself. Right? We know how to love other people, man. We know how to give them our all. But so few people have learned what it takes to love themselves, right? Give to themselves, love themselves, right? When you look in the mirror, what do you see? And so those ebooks are available right now if you just click the link in my bio. But I want to, today, I'm going to answer any of your questions that you want to talk to me about in terms of, or ask me about relationships or any of those kinds of things. I'll be happy to discuss those things with you because I really want you to be happy. And there's so few people who have someone in their lives that they can reach out to. Let me tell you a quick little story, true story from today. I have a business that I run, and there's a family that had been my customer for a long time. So it's the first time I got an opportunity to see them in a long time. And the last time I saw them, the boys that I was talking to, they were young. They were like, so I guess it's been about 8 or 9 or 10 years since I've actually seen them. One is heading to the Navy, and the other one is working to get his loan officer license to start, helping people to buy homes. And I asked those, I was sharing some stuff with them. What came out of me is just what normally comes out of me. If I see a young man or I see a young woman, and they're challenged and they're trying to get somewhere in their life, but they just don't know, I would typically start off by asking a couple of questions. For instance, the young man who is getting his loan officer license, I asked him this question. I said, how much money do you want to make as a loan officer? Do you know how money is made? Do you have a network that you've created? Pink, I'm going to answer that question in just a second. Why are men afraid to approach strong women in a relationship? Men are not afraid to approach strong women in a relationship, and I'm going to answer that question here in just a second because I think that's a good question to ask. But with these two young men, they just need some direction. They need some help. They need somebody who has been down the road before to help them to understand some of the things that, some of the roadblocks, some of the things that they may run into. And so few people have that in their lives, right? There are a lot of places you can get it from, resources that you can choose, but so few people have some sort of relationship with someone that can help them untie the knots in their mind about what they're trying to do. So the one young man that is going into the Navy, I spent 10 years from 18 to 28 in the U.S. Army. So I was able to tell him a couple of things to look out for, how to get promoted quickly, the things he needs to do that no one ever told me, right? And so the purpose of these lives are going to be just that. I have gone down the road a little bit and have experienced a few things. So I've written some ebook resources that you can, it'll cut off 10, 12, 13 years that you happen to have bad experiences to if you get those ebooks. So click the link in my bio if you want to see the two resources that are up right now. You can grab those, and I would really appreciate your support. One is the 30 days of success journal. It's a journal that you can print out 8 by 10, and you will follow it every single day. And I promise you, in 30 days, your entire life will change. Your outlook, your life, everything will change about your life if you decide to grab that ebook. Invest in yourself. And then the book that I just finished, the ebook that I just finished, called Love Yourself. Okay. It's going to be a great resource for you. It is, almost 80, 90 pages. And it is going to help you. I talk about things like you are not a mistake. You make mistakes, but you're not one. We all make mistakes, but you're not a mistake. What you see and say is what you believe, right? When you look in the mirror, what do you see? And what do you say about yourself? Oh, I'm beautiful, or I'm not beautiful, or I'm fat, or I'm skinny, or I'm tall, or I'm too bald, or my nose is too big. I mean, what you say about yourself manifest in your life. What do you see, right? And by the way, where did you get that from? Who told you that you were fat? Who told you that in my case, your nose was big, or you don't look good with glasses, or who told you that, right? I want to change that in your life. I really do, because there's no one else in the world like you. Not one other person like you. And that's something to celebrate. How you love yourself is how you teach others how to love you. Are you getting the love you want from other people? Is it not what you want? How you love yourself is how you love other people. And I'm going to come back to that in just a second. So, Pink, I'm going to answer this question. And the question is, if you have a question, make sure you leave it here as well. Why are men afraid to approach strong women in a relationship? Why is it a turnoff? So, Pink, I'm going to ask you a question. Before they approach you, how do they know that you're strong? How do they even know that? Right? Are you putting off an aura? Are you loud and boisterous? Are you defensive when somebody comes to you? How do men even know you strong before they even meet you? Right? Before they talk to you, before they experience anything about you, how do they know that you're even strong? Your question says a lot, right? Sure, you're a strong woman, but no man is strong in every area, and no woman is strong in every area. We were designed to connect with each other, right? I'm a strong guy. I'm emotionally stable. It's hard to get me upset. There are some things that can get me upset. I'll tell you guys about a little story in a little bit. But most things don't get me upset. And I allow things to just kind of roll off of my shoulders as I go. Bad things happen, but I say, screw it, man. I just move on to the next thing. But there are some areas that I need help in, and my wife does that for me, right? She helps me to slow down and think through things. I'm going to tell you something else, another thing that my wife provides for me. And that is, I look for answers, right? I look for answers that she has. She will make me go find it. Hey, you asked me that question. I know the answer to it, but I sent you a YouTube video so you can look at that YouTube video. That frustrates the hell out of me. But what she's trying to do is increase my capacity, right? Instead of giving me the fish, she's trying to teach me how to fish. Even at my age, she's trying to teach me how to fish. My desire will be to get the information quickly from a resource without having to go research it. And this has been a challenge of mine for a long time. But what she will do is she will say, I'm not giving you the answer. Here is the answer. You can research it for yourself. I'll lead you to the resource to get the answer that you're looking for. And that helps me. It helps me to become stronger and to, be able to fish for myself, if you will. So how does this man know that you're strong? So now your answer is, I can see them looking from far away. They see my strength, but I'm very reserved. Pink, I love you. But you don't know that's not how men work, right? What they see is they see a hardened exterior. That's what they see. When they look at you, they see a hardened exterior, and they don't want to waste their time trying to crack it. So that's the answer to your question. I'm a strong guy, right? But what I love in my life is I love having a partner. Somebody that allows me, I'm pliable, and they can be pliable as well. That hardened exterior that men see, that you just mentioned, that men see, it's a turnoff. It's a turnoff, right? It's like trying to crack a nut. I would much rather buy a bag of walnuts than spend my time cracking those walnuts to try to get to the nuts that are on the inside. So my advice to you is, if you want more men to approach you, pull the wall down. Now, that wall that you have is a protective barrier. You may have been hurt in the past. I don't know what your situation is, but you may have been hurt in the past. And what you're doing is you are expressing a hard casing around you, and men ain't gonna know. Because just like you, men have a ton of options too. And they're not gonna waste their time, trying to crack you open. When they may not be able to get to the center of you, they're not gonna waste their time trying to crack you open when you're just trying to be hard. So I would say, if you're interested in a relationship, if you're interested in being approached by men, and you want them to get to know you, right? You say you're reserved. You want them to get to know you. You want them to know the beautiful side of you. Let your walls down. And don't be so hard. Kay, it's nice to see you too, and thank you so much. I appreciate you telling me you love the videos. And if you have a question, you can leave a question in the comment section, and I will be more than happy to answer those questions. I will be here for the next 30 minutes to an hour answering every single question that you guys send to me. I want you to be happy, right? And so the book I just released today, the ebook I released today, is called Love Yourself. 15 Keys to Learning How to Love Yourself More. You might love yourself now. How you doing, Ava? You might love yourself now, but do you love yourself completely, right? Are you happy with, are you content with yourself, your life with you? Are you, right? This ebook is a resource that will help you to identify whether you are or not, and it will help you to love yourself more. Because now, why did I write the book? Because there's a ton of people that I speak to through motivational events, through people who recognize me from social media, and they stop me wherever I am, and they'll ask questions. And the core problem that I see is everything they're looking at is outside of them, but everything they should be looking for is inside of them. They just have not learned how to tap into the wealth of who they are. Every circumstance outside of them is causing them to be unhappy, when the truth is they have full control over it. The other day, I had a conversation with someone who was upset about something that their parents said to them. This is a grown person. And I said, well, it doesn't sound like the intent was what you imagined it to be. Right? So have you talked to this person? No, I haven't talked to this person, but I'm going to today, and I'm going to let her know how what she said made me feel. I said, slow your roll. Chill out for a second. Is this how this person normally is? Is this that person's character? Are they the kind of person who would typically, talk about you or somebody else that way? Well, no, but they said this. I said, well, just chill out. try to get an understanding. One of the How to Win Friends and Influence People is a book that I absolutely love, and it says, seek first to understand, then to be understood. So instead of giving people your 2 cents, right, try to understand from them kind of what's going on. Like you said this, it made me feel this way, and I wanted to get an understanding about what you meant, right? Instead of attacking them and going after them like they have did something crazy to you, right? So the person went and had the conversation and came back to me and said, yeah, you were right. They didn't mean that. This is what they meant. And, I just let the person know how I felt, and they didn't know. The point I'm trying to make is we think that the problems in our lives exist outside of us. The problems with our happiness exists outside of us, and they don't. We control that. We do. And the moment you recognize that, you will take control of your life. You will become happier. My wife is not responsible for my happiness. Your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your parents, they are not responsible for your happiness. You are. Because the truth is this: they don't know how to make you happy. Only you do. They can do things to make you feel happiness, but you are responsible for translating those actions into happiness, contentment. So Joe says, it's like I just feel all the negative energy coming from other people. What do you mean? What negative energy and what people are you talking about? When you say negative energy, are you fearful or defensive? Are they doing something to make you feel a certain way? Are they doing something to make you think that this energy is negative? What are they doing? Right? I mean, I want to know that answer to that question. Hella Wave says, I was bullied at a very young age, so now I feel unconfident about myself. Listen to me, Hella Wave. Click the link in my bio and get this book right now, this ebook right now. Click the link in my bio and get this ebook right now. So I'm going to talk to you about something real quick. And I'm glad you're here. I hope I have your attention. I want to zone in or zoom in on what you just said. I want you to know something. We were all bullied. I was bullied, not in a humongous way, but we were all picked on, picked at, talked about. That's what kids do, right? We were all bullied. Haters are going to hate though, right? People are going to talk about you because it takes the attention off of them. So if they're talking about you, it must be something good. So even if people pushed you around or whatever, and that happens. My 6-year-old daughter, I love her. She bullies me. She pushes my buttons to see how far she can get, and she usually gets away with everything. Here's my point. What happened back then, don't let it define who you are now. What are the lessons you learned from people having the audacity to believe that they can push you around? Right? You may have developed a hard exterior like I was just talking about. You may have developed some fears. You may have developed some trust issues. But you don't need to carry your past into your present. Because those people who bullied you when you were young, they're probably not even part of your life anymore. So you have to push past that. Begin to fill your mind and your thinking with other thoughts. This ebook will help you, right? If you get it and work through it, it will make you a more confident person because it's about you. It's about self. It's about you loving yourself, right? And when you love yourself enough, no one will push you around. Because we teach people when we become adults, right? When we're kids, we teach people how to treat us by what we will or will not accept. And when you were a kid, it's kind of hard to know that. But now that I'm believing you're an adult, hopefully you are, you have control over that. If a person comes at you sideways, you can go back at them sideways too. You understand? User 7748, thank you so much. I appreciate you liking the content. I do this because I love it. I really do. So Ajo says, my family, all the stress from my mother and my brother, it just ruins my mood sometimes. Hey, I want you to listen to me. I want you to listen to me very closely. Family stress is a big issue. In 6 weeks, I'm moving my mom to Texas. Because since the early 80s, she moved from Miami to Atlanta, closer to my siblings. She has just, they haven't appreciated her. Let me say that. They haven't appreciated her. And she's 85. Very capable, still works, loves it. She's a teacher. But she hasn't had peace in her life like she's about to have peace in her life. Okay? So I told my siblings a week ago, if you guys don't want to step up to the plate, and they're in Georgia, I'm in Texas. If you guys don't want to step up to the plate, my mom can come here and live out the rest of her days in Texas. You don't realize how amazing you have it with having mom as close to you are. So my mom is making a conscious decision to move away from the majority of her kids to come and live here in Texas with me and my family. And eventually she'll do her own thing, but that's what she, right? I want you to listen to this. No one, family, mom, dad, brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, cousins, best friends, you shouldn't let nobody stress you out. My rule is, if your actions, which are a direct reflection of your character, are outside of what I'm willing to accept, I will X you out of my life. Listen, I don't mind sharing this. I have X'd actually 3 of my siblings out of my life. Their behavior is just not acceptable to me. You can't talk to me any kind of way. You can't say anything to me. You can't treat people that I love any kind of way. I'm out. I can live my life without it. Okay? So I don't know if you live with your siblings or not. If you live with your siblings and you live with your mom and you have to have that situation for now, grin and bear it. And when it's time to leave, you leave. If you don't live with them, you need to make it known. That's not acceptable in my life. So you either make it happen, change, or I'm gone. And that's it. So don't let people take your joy, ruin your mood. You have to stand firm on your own happiness and make people adhere to whatever it is the standard you have for your life. So Hello Wave said the thing is, the feelings I got from the situation, because the norm for me, I don't know how I can go. Listen, moving forward or backwards or sideways in your life is a choice. And I'm going to get in your face a little bit and tell you, I don't want to hear that. If you really want to be happy, you can be happy. If you really want to be free, you can be free. If you really want to break free from that, you can break free from it. Stop making excuses and just do it. It might be hard to do, but it's not impossible. And the more you talk about what happened to you, the less you can focus on what is happening to you, right? The more you focus on your past, the less you can really celebrate and focus on your future, your present and your future. Stop all that. So what, you were bullied? That's cool. I'm sorry to hear that. But you know what? This is a new day. And you can make a choice right now that's not going to happen in your life anymore. Period. End of story. Hello Wave, how old are you? I want to see what that answer is. Grandma, thank you. I appreciate it. C. Crean, you got a question? Leave your question in the comment section. I'll be more than happy to answer that question for you, because I want to see you be happy. And how to be happy, you have to, it's a choice you have to make, right? You have to make a decision to be happy. And happiness is a state of contentment. And if you let people steal your joy, your contentment, that's on you. All right. Let me see here. So Snow White says, my boyfriend is moving. Will we stay together? You're not asking me to make a prediction, are you? You'll stay together as long as you want to stay together. I was married. My first marriage lasted 28 years. We were in the marriage for 25 years. And people asked me, why did it end? And I said, because I made a decision. My ex-wife made a choice. She came into the room one night and said something. She said, this marriage is over. It's apparent this marriage is over. I didn't know what she was talking about and know what I'd done. But I had a rule in my marriage, and in my current marriage and my past marriage, and that is, you can never say to me, you don't want to be with me or you want a divorce. Because if you do, you can't come back from that. Now, some people say, oh, they might be, nope, not for me. You can't come back from that. You can't tell me you want to divorce me. You can't tell me you don't want to be with me. If you don't want to be with me, I'm out. I'm gone. Right? So she said that after 25 years. And I was gone. Now, Dan, when did you leave? She said it on a Saturday night. I left on a Sunday night, moved out into my own apartment that Thursday. So I was gone with less than 7 days. Because that's a standard I have in my life. I'm not going to tell you that I don't want to be with you if I don't want to be with you. And I'm certainly not trying to get a reaction from you. Right? Are you and your boyfriend going to stay together? If you choose to. Will you not be together? Yes, if you choose to. Marriage, relationship is a day-by-day decision. Old friend of mine, he's passed away. Brother Tuckett is what his name is. I learned this from him. He said, I asked him the question, what's the secret to your marriage lasting as long as it has? At that time, it was 45 years. He says, I wake up every day. She wakes up every day. And we make a decision to stay together. That's it. It's not about love. It's not about houses, cars. It's not about money. It's not about stress. It's about a choice. You make a choice to stay together. That's it. That's it. When my first marriage ended, I made a decision. I know exactly when the decision was made. When I heard those words, I spent 4 hours trying to understand what she meant, trying to give her an opportunity. But nothing satisfied no answer satisfied my question. So I was gone. Because that was a deal breaker for me. She knew it and she said it. So I'm out. I would never say that if I don't want to be with you. If I wanted to be with you, I would never say that. I'm not trying to bait you. No. So are you going to be together? Yes. If you decide to stay together, it's a daily decision. You have to make a decision. Lauren, how you doing? Okay, so AL says, I'm grateful for my family, but I don't want, let me read this again. I'm grateful for my family, but I don't want to invalidate my own feelings, but I'm a minor, so it's harder. So here's the deal. Listen to me, AI. When I was growing up, my father was an alcoholic and he abused my mom. When he got drunk, he abused my mom. So it taught me something. It taught me that I did not want to drink, right? Because I tied drinking to abuse. What you're going through right now is teaching you some lessons, right? You gotta say to yourself, well, I don't want to be like that. Or when I get older, when I grow up, I don't want to be like that. So just learn everything that you can right now, so when you become an adult, you can make different decisions. Does meditation change one's mentality? Great question. So hello, Wave. Let's talk about that. How does our mentality change? Okay. Remember, if you click the link in my bio, you'll get access to this ebook. But I'm going to use this as an example. This is information. Okay. The actions that manifest in our lives are a direct result of our thinking. Our thinking is a direct result of what we put into our minds, right? Whatever you put into your mind, whatever you put into your intentionally, right? You buy a book, you read it, you think on it, you meditate on it, you agree with it, it agrees with your life, you manifest it, right? Meditation, any kind of spirituality, any kind of information that you put into your mind, if you meditate, ponder, think on it, it will show up in your life if you accept it and use it. So yes, the word meditation really means these things that I think on, these things that I ponder, these things that I think deeply about, right? When you meditate, you might think about peace, you might think about money, you might think about success, you might think about relationships. Whatever you meditate on, whatever you allow your mind to consume and you agree with it, it's going to show up in your life. So yes, meditation works. I'm not talking about the medicinal, I'm talking about the true sense of the word. Your life, the manifestation of your life comes directly from what you decide to go into your ears, your eyes, or your mouth. That's the only way to your mind, your thinking. And your mind will produce in your life whatever you put into your eyes, your ears, and your mouth. You want to be sick. I grew up poor, but I knew at a young age I didn't want to be poor. So I've spent my entire life making sure that I had money that was available. Because I didn't like the way I felt when I was poor. And my mom did her best. I didn't like the way I felt. So I thought about success. I've been thinking about it since I was 13. Right? And the moment I got an opportunity to go work, I went to work. Because I wanted to feel empowered. I wanted to make sure that I had the resources I need to do the things that I wanted to do. Okay? How do I fully embrace the transition I prayed for? First of all, I don't know what the transition is you prayed for. So tell me what that is, and I will be happy to share that information. After so much chaos, I now have peace, and it's strange. I'm trying to accept the transition. Okay, I got it. So the way that we change or transition in our life. Okay, so we're all of us humans. We're creatures of habit. Okay, our lives are predictable. If you watch a person long enough, you can tell. Every day I do the same thing. I get up, I do this, I brush my teeth, I do that. Every day, same thing. I try to leave at a certain time. I drive a certain route. I try to get to the office at a certain time because I want to try to accomplish certain things by the end of the day. Every day, you're predictable, right? If your life has been full of chaos and noise and BS that you don't want in it, sometimes it's hard to break it. You have to change your habit, and that happens over time. You have to change your rituals, the things that you do every single day, until the new thing that you're doing, the new life you want to live, it manifests itself, because we're creatures of habit. So here's another example. I work out, but sometimes I stop working out, right? So I just restarted my exercise regimen. And what I do is I start very slowly. I don't go in the gym. Well, I have a gym here at my house, but I don't hop into my gym at home and just try to lift every weight and do it like I've been working out the entire time. What I do is I start slowly. I'll say, okay, I want to make sure that I'm burning at least 300 calories. So I'm going to walk for 1 hour to burn 300 calories at 3 miles an hour. Okay, I'm going to burn my 300 calories. I'm going to get used to that. Usually that takes about 2 or 3 weeks. I can do that every weekend, Monday, every Saturday and Sunday. It takes me time to get used to that. Once I get used to that, I can then progress to the next thing. And the next thing, and the next thing. The problem that people have, because they don't understand may not understand that we're creatures of habit, is they try to jump into the hard stuff from the very beginning and it becomes tough and rough and hard to make a transition. So in your case, you got to take baby steps. You're coming from a chaotic situation and you're going to one that's more peaceful. You have to take it one step at a time. Make a choice every minute, every hour, every 30 minutes, every day, that what was will no longer be, because you're replacing it with something that's new. And over time, couple weeks, couple months, you'll see that old life that you had, those old things that happened in your life, it will all go away. So I hope that helped. So Lauren, I didn't understand what you said. I'll make that today. I feel like I'm going to explode. First time catching you live. I love your TikToks. Thank you, Golden. I appreciate that. I really do. Guys, I'm not moved emotionally by people who tell me they love me, or people that they don't tell me they think they hate my guts, right? I don't get a lot of that. Thank God I don't get a lot of hate. But I do want you to know that while I may seem non-emotional about your love for the content that I create, I'm really thankful for it. It's part of my purpose. This is part of what I was created to do on this earth. And that is to make complex things in your life seem simple, and to unravel and help you unravel and untie the knots through providing simple, straightforward, easy to accomplish answers to questions in your life. Okay. Let me see here. Thank you. All right. If you have a question, I don't care what it's about, I'll be happy to answer that question for you. I want you to be happy. I want you to be happy. The question is, do you want you to be happy, right? Do you want to be happy? I want you to be happy. It's possible for you to be happy and live the kind of life that you want to live. As I said before, if you're just joining me, I just released a new book today, an ebook called Love Yourself. If you click the link in the bio, you can get this book right now, download it to the Kindle app or download it to some other ebook app, and you can start reading it today. It covers a lot of things, right? First thing is, it gives this affirmation, I love me, right? Love yourself. And the things that I cover in this ebook, it's these 15 keys. A key unlocks a door that opens up to a room that is something new that you may not have, gone into before. You're not a mistake. You make mistakes, but you're not one. That's one of the keys. What you see and say is what you believe. I can predict a person's life if I can just listen to them speak for 5 minutes. I can tell you exactly what's going to happen in that person's life. Now I just talk to you, ask you a couple of questions, 5 questions. I can tell you right off the bat. Because your mouth is a direct reflection of your thinking, and your thinking is a direct reflection of what's going to happen in your life. If you are speaking fear, if you're speaking doubt, if you're speaking confidence, your life is going to manifest that. If you are optimistic or pessimistic, I can tell you. Based on your response, I can tell you. Stop complaining about things about yourself that you cannot change. That's one of the keys. Why would I complain about my big nose? Right? I mean, when I was young, people used to talk about me because they thought my nose was big. And it is. But I don't care, because I can't change that nose, or at least I'm not going to go pay to have it changed. I'm not. I'll tell you another story. When I was in the military, we wore hats, right? And so you'll notice that I'm always clean around. So everywhere you go, you wear a hat. And I had a guy, this was 25 years ago. I had a guy that said, when I took my hat off, I had no hair. I had a receding hairline. And this guy said to me, man, I did not know you were going bald. I would see you walking around the fort, the barracks, and I would say, that dude always keeps his hair cut, right? I didn't know you were going bald. Now I see you bald. The thing that he sees as funny, my wife thinks is sexy. See what I'm saying? I don't care what you think about my receding hairline or my nose or what you think about me. I don't care, right? It doesn't matter to me. I'm good with it because I'm happy. I'm content. I'm good. You got to be good. This book will help you to be that. You got to learn to love yourself. If there was one lesson in life that I could teach people and tell them to carry it forever and pass it on to your kids and your kids' kids, and that is you got to learn how to love you. Not this hashtag self-love shit. Not that, right? I'm talking about being good with you in every part of you. From the bald head to the big nose, to the beady eyes, to the glasses, to the braces, to the big belly, to the tall, short. You got to be good with you. That's the only thing that matters, because no one else can make you happy. If you are unhappy, it's your fault. You're the only person who can make you happy. My wife is not responsible for my happiness. I'm happy with her. I love her. She's not responsible for my happiness. I am. I'm not responsible for her happiness. She is. I try to do things to make her life easy and better and make her happy with me, right? But I'm not responsible for that. She is. And you are responsible for your own happiness. And it starts with you learning how to love yourself. Click the link in the bio. Read about the book. Get the book. It'll change your life. And if you know somebody else who needs it, get it for them. You know what I mean? It's an ebook. You can get it for them. All right? So I want to make sure I'm answering your questions. So CC, I guess it's CC Renee. The 5 questions depends on the person. So it could be a lot of different things, right? I mean, I want to know, well, you know, so one of the questions I'll ask you, are you happy? It's one of the questions. Are you happy? Right? Let's just play this out. So CC Renee, are you happy? That's one of the questions. Are you happy? Are you happy? Because I want you to be happy, but are you happy? Type your answer. Type your answer in the, okay, I'm trying to be. So, what are you unhappy about in your life? Tell me one thing you are unhappy with. If you could change it right now, what would you change? This is Merlot, by the way. People ask me, do I drink white wine? I do. I don't like a sweet wine. I prefer to have, a dry wine, good table wine, nice little Merlot. What are you happy? You say, I'm trying to be. I'm making an attempt to be happy. It's completely within your control, but you're making an attempt to be happy. That answer tells me that you haven't figured out what true happiness really is. It will be like you telling me I'm trying to eat and you got a plate full of food in front of you. You can eat. You just have to pick up the damn fork and eat, right? But the reason why you're saying I'm hungry and I'm trying to eat is because you don't know how to use the fork. Well, if you ain't got no fork, use your hand. You're going through heartbreak. So it's a process. So there's 2 more books that I'm writing, and they'll be done by the end of the year. One is called Trust Issues, right? I'm going to teach you how to get past the lack of trust phase in your life and get on with your life. And the other one, which I'm going to be releasing in January, is called Bandages for a Broken Heart. We have all been hurt. Let me tell you a story, C. Renee. My last relationship ended with the person that I was with cheating on me, staying out all night. Ain't never did that. We were living together, stayed out all night. But if she had not done that, I would have never, ever, ever gotten with my wife. So I'm glad it happened. Right? Did it break my heart? Yes. The next book I'm going to be releasing, I want you to get this book, Renee, but the next book I'm releasing in the next 30 to 60 days is called Learning to Let Go. The 10 benefits you receive by forgiving people. Now, there's 2 things I can guarantee you that's going to happen in life if you decide you're going to be in a relationship. 1, you're going to die. You are going to die. We all going to die. That's number 1. And number 2, somebody's going to break your heart. Now, when I say break your heart, I mean they're going to disappoint you, shit on you. They're going to do things to you that you are like, oh my God, I can't believe that happened. Okay? That's going to happen. Question is, what are you going to do with it? My ex-wife came to me and told me that the relationship was over after 25 years. We were building a multi-million-dollar business at the time, and she said that. What am I going to do with it? I moved on. When the person cheated on me, what am I going to do with it? I moved on. And it caused me to meet the most amazing woman I've ever met in my life. My wife is, damn, she is off the chain. Love, support, smart, beautiful, all that. But none of that would have happened if I held on to the hurt from the previous relationships and not allow myself to be free to experience what I've experienced now. I'm thankful to God. So yes, heartbreak is a process. People are going to spit on you, poop on you. They're going to do all those things. But the question is, what are you going to do about it? What lessons are you going to take from it? Were there red flags? There's another book that I've written that I'm going to be releasing called Relationship Success. The 10 big relationship mistakes many people make and how to avoid them. One of the chapters in that book is red flags. Do we overlook red flags? I did. So, was the hurt that I experienced my fault, or was it the other person's fault? It was my fault because I just blew through that red flag thinking, oh, it ain't going to be that. No, it was serious. I should have stopped, evaluated, thought about it, and said, well, shit, do I want this in my life or not? And I would have, at that time, I would have answered no. But there are other reasons that the book will talk about why I made the decision that I made. Relationship Success. That book is coming out too. But I want you to go get this book. Love Yourself. Love Yourself. If you click the link in my bio, you will see it. Click the link in my bio. Buy it right now. Invest in yourself. I ain't giving it to you for free. I want you to invest in yourself. Because when you invest in yourself, that means you're serious about change. When you invest in yourself, you are serious about change. Go buy the book right now. And this book will teach you how to think about you, yourself. No one can take my joy. No one can steal my happiness. No one can step on me. No one can. Because I am in control of me and my happiness. I love myself enough. When I look in the mirror, I'm happy with what I see because of what I've done for myself, right? I picked a great woman and we have a great daughter. I have a great relationship with my sons. Choices. We're making choices. And our lives are the sum total of the choices that we've made. I'm encouraging you, stop. Go get the book right now. Go get it right now. Love Yourself. The other book that you'll see up there is the Success Journal. 30-Day Success Journal. 30 Days of Success Journal. And I see from the website that you guys are going to the website and you're grab the book. 30 Days of Success. So at the beginning of each year, I will go 30 days. I'll talk to you about Country Turtle. Click the link in my bio, and then you'll see the books there. Just click the book, buy it now, and I appreciate your support. I really do. So click the link in my bio. That'll take you directly to the Etsy store where you can download the book right now. You ain't got to wait. You can download it right now. It'll come to your phone. It'll send you an email. You can download it to your phone. You can download it to a tablet. You can download it to your computer. I have a MacBook. And so it can download directly to my EPUB on my MacBook. You will have it wherever you go. And I want you to read it. And if it doesn't change your life, and I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. And this is not something that I have. These things that I share in these books, this is something else I want you all to know. These things that I share in these books, they are not anything that I went to a college and learned. And no, I experienced it myself. Me. So I got myself through it. And I'm coming back to teach you how to do the exact same thing. So click the link in my bio and get the book. Love Yourself. Number 10. Don't be so hard on yourself. Instead, seek to learn the lessons from the mistakes you make. In the beginning, in the early late 90s, I started a business, and I failed miserably. Lost all kind of goddamn money, right? Hundreds of thousands of dollars. Picked the wrong partner. So I had to go get me a job in my field of expertise, and I had to learn the lesson. A few years later, after working for somebody else doing the exact same thing, I started another business. I got better. Failed at that one. Tried it again. Went to go work for somebody else. Tried a business for the third time. Failed again. It was the fourth time that I tried. Fourth, that I eventually became successful. But had I not failed those, maybe it was the fifth time, but had I not failed those 3 or 4 times before and purposely learned the lessons, the fifth time wouldn't work. Relationships. Why do I think my wife now is so freaking amazing? Because I lived a life for 20 plus years, and I picked that marriage apart. I'm like, what part of this marriage do I not want to carry into my future? I'm not willing to be with somebody who's this, who's that, who's this. I want somebody who's this, who does that, and so on and so forth. Right? And everybody's not going to be perfect. But had I not had that experience of 28 years, it wouldn't have brought me to where I am today. And that's the truth. So don't be so hard on yourself. Instead, seek to learn the lessons from the mistakes you make each day, because you're going to make some mistakes. You are. But what lessons can you learn from it? Huh? What? Right? This is one that I'm huge on. Change how you think, and you will change your life. Change how you think, and you will change your life. I'm a Bible guy. Listen to me. Here's what the Bible says. As a man thinks, so is he. In other words, you are how you think. Out of the abundance of a man's heart, not this heart, the mouth speaks. So your mouth, what you say, your response is tell me how you think, and how you think tells me how your life is going to end up. You understand? I see you guys are purchasing the book. Thank you so much. Go to the link in my bio and invest in yourself. What is an investment? An investment is pouring something into yourself that carries you into the future that you can then benefit from then. I was talking to 2 young men today, and I said, one was 20, one was 18. One is going into the Navy, one is getting his loan officer license. I said, when you get paid, every check you get paid, I want you to take 10% of that check, and I want you to throw it into your future. Both of them, they young dudes. I've known them since they were 6 and 7. What you mean, Dan? What you mean, Mr. Smiley? I said, you're going to invest in your future. Okay? You're going to take $50, $100, whatever it is you can afford. You're going to and put it in some sort of investment account or some sort of investment vehicle. You'll do something with it, but you're not going to spend it, right? You're going to put it, you're going to invest it, and then you're going to be able to reap the benefits of it. Grab it in the future, 20 years from now, 30 years from now, right? You could do the same thing. There are books that I have right now on my bookshelf that I bought 20 years ago that I now benefit from because of those books. You got to invest in yourself. Can I give this to you for free? Yes. Am I going to give it to you for free? No. Because I love you. And I want you to be serious about your change. I want you to be serious about it. I told you the story earlier. One of the things that my wife does, and she might hear me say this, but that's cool, is I will say to her, babe, you know how to do this. Can you show me? And what she will do is she will go find the resource where she learned it from. And she'll say, hey, babe, I sent you the YouTube video. Hey, babe, I sent you the text website. Hey, babe. And that frustrates the hell out of me. But what she's trying to do is she's trying to teach me how to feed myself. If you give them something for free, you feed him for that day. But if you teach that man how to get what you gave him, you teach him for life. That's why I'm not apologizing for it. I've given away, in the month of May, I gave away some free stuff. I'm not giving no more, right? Not because I don't like you, not because I don't want you to have it, but because I want you to invest in yourself. And the moment you decide to invest in yourself, this is 56 years of experience. The moment you decide to invest in yourself, that's when you are really serious about changing. So I'm going to come on these lives and I'm going to talk to you about how to change your life. And I'm going to provide you with resources that you can grab. I'm going to answer your questions. But you got to make a decision that you really want to change. Boundaries. Boundaries. You want to set boundaries for your life. Listen, you got to do that. There are certain things. I'm going to tell you a quick story. I'm laughing about it, but I'm going to tell you a quick story. So I took my daughter to the park last week. And there are some things in my life you can't mess with. Boundaries. My daughter is 6. Kids know how to play together. She's smart. She's a gymnast. They know how to play together. They know how. They know how to. So she was getting ready to go on this merry-go-round kind of thing. And her and her friend, they kind of, just kind of jumped on it. And this guy had his little sons that were waiting on it. And so he said something to my daughter. I walked up to this dude and I said, my man, what'd you just say? Well, I said, let me explain something to you. You could talk to any other kid out here you want to, but you can't talk to my daughter. You can't talk to this one. Not to this one you can. I said, these kids know how to coexist, play together better than most adults do. And you are trying to push my daughter around and tell them, no, sir, if you want to talk to my daughter, you're going to talk to me first. So don't you open your mouth to say nothing to my daughter or this other little girl who's here. Boundaries. Sometimes you got to let people know that is a line that you will not cross in my life. It's not going to happen. And if you step over that line, get close to it, I'm a send off a warning shot. And if you decide to keep on going, then whatever consequences that happen, you're going to have to suffer those consequences because you made a choice. You got to set boundaries. I don't care who it is. Your mama, your daddy, your aunts, uncles, cousins, brothers, sisters, co-workers, bosses. You got to set boundaries. Things you will not let people do in your life because it's your life. And that's how you're going to be happy. You got to take control of your life. Go get this ebook right now. If you're on this live and you have not clicked this link to go get this ebook, then you're not serious about changing your life. If this is what you need, you are not serious. On the website, you can also get the 30-Day Success Journal. 30 Day Success. In January, starting January 1st, I did 30 days where I shared success tips that will change your entire life. The first tip in January was get yourself a dream. You can print out the journal just like this, right? And you can write in it. It says, get yourself a dream. Most people spend their entire life and never achieve their dreams. Never. Dreams are important. They push you to be better. Without a dream, it will be virtually impossible for you to live a dynamic life. My dream was I didn't want to be poor anymore. That was a dream. I did not want to be poor. My dream now is I want to help as many, before I go to the grave, before I'm buried, before I go 6 feet under, I want to help as many people to be free and be happy in their lives before I go to the grave. And I don't give a damn what I have to do. I'm going to work every day, all day, to make sure that I am communicating on lives like this, writing ebooks, doing motivational speaking events like I do, and speaking into people's lives until I die. I will do this until I die because that's part of my purpose. That's my dream. It's my dream. I want to help you to succeed in life because I love you. So if I didn't answer your question or you didn't want to ask your question here, I want you to send me a DM. I'll answer it. Go to my Q&A button. I'll answer your question because I care enough about you to see your life change. I don't want your life to be the same. If you think that things are shit in your life, I can show you how to make it beautiful, right? But you're gonna have to make some choices. You're gonna have to change some things in your life. But it's possible for you to make those things happen in your life. So dealing with loneliness while healing. Okay. So let's talk about this. You can be in a room full of people and still be lonely. You could be in a relationship and still be lonely. You could be married to someone you think is absolutely amazing and still be lonely. What is loneliness? It is the feeling that I am by myself. I'm in this by myself. It is the feeling. Now here's a question. Are you lonely? Truly lonely by yourself? Are you alone? Let me say that. Are you alone truly by yourself? Or have you created this world called loneliness for yourself? Because the moment you got to answer that question because you can change that. Let me say this to you. Ab, you are not by yourself. I'm here. This community is here. This group of people is here. Go get this book. You'll hear my voice in every single sentence you read. Click the link in my bio. You're not by yourself. You might feel like you're by yourself, but you're not by yourself. Loneliness is a feeling that I'm all alone. And you control that. You can break that in your life. You don't have to have that in your life. You don't. Nobody understands me. Nobody's here with me. Nobody. That's not the truth. There's all kind of people that are around you. People you work with. People you can go out to a bar. You could be sitting at a bar drinking all by yourself and feel like nobody else is here with me. That's a lie. You're feeling lonely because you have subscribed to that feeling. But you're not by yourself. I'm here. If you messaged me, I will answer you immediately. You're not by yourself. If you need answers, I will answer you immediately. You can read this book. Maybe this is the time for you to just kind of step back and figure out what's going on in your life. Go get this book. Click the link in my bio. It'll be a blessing to you. Yes, I thought about getting a pet to avoid loneliness. Listen, guys. Loneliness is self-created. You're not by yourself. When I was in the U.S. military, we used to have to dig a foxhole when we were playing war games, and you would be in that foxhole by yourself with weapons, right? You felt like you were by yourself, but what you knew is if somebody tried to attack you, there's going to be a whole bunch of people that's going to be kicking them in their ass, right? You're not by yourself. You might feel like you're by yourself, lonely, but you're not. You're not by yourself. Break out of that. How can a person be in a marriage and not touch their mate? It's a choice. Okay, so let's talk through this. This is good. It's very good. How can you be in a relationship with somebody and you're not physical, touching, sex, or whatever? Listen to this. So this is something, and I don't mind being transparent. This is something my wife and I have had to work through. My love language is physical touch. That's my number one love language. Physical touch. So I receive love through physical touch. Before I married my wife, I expected her to understand that. But it's not her top love language. It's not her top love language. I think it's 4. That's number 4 for her. So she can go without physical touch. Sex. She can go without it. Not forever, but it's not as important to her as me. In other words, when we make love to each other, that communicates something to me from her. But it doesn't do the same thing for her. So the way that we had to break that is we had to have a conversation about our love languages and what's important. Okay? So I'm going to ask you a question. Okay? Why? Who am I talking to? Country Turtle. Why have you had the conversation with your mate about why physical touch is important to you? Okay, that's the first question. The second one is, if you give someone what they want first, you will usually get what you want. I'm not saying that that's what's happening in your life. So what I had to do is I had to adjust my thinking. What is it my wife needs from me first, so that she can be open to reciprocating whatever it is I needed? Okay, and that's how you find balance, right? So you have to have the conversation. Hey, mate, this is important to me for these reasons. For these reasons, this is important. And can we come to some sort of compromise where I can be filled up in that way from you? Because when you're in a relationship with somebody, if physical touch is supposed to be coming from that person, not someone else. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you're having that conversation. Ab said, I need that message. Thank you. You're welcome. Okay. Test your thoughts to see if they're true. Me too. All right. So listen, I want you guys to stay close to my page. Okay. Because over the next several days, weeks, months, I'm going to be coming to you and I'm going to be sharing from my heart, answering your questions. If you got a question, I don't give a damn how difficult it is. If you have something that you're thinking about that you're like, I just don't understand this. Grab yourself a glass of wine or a drink or water or whatever it is you do. Grab yourself something and have a conversation with me because I want to help you. Okay? Country, I want you to send me a DM. I'm going to answer your question. I want to help you through this. You got to make sure that you're having open and honest conversations with people. And you got to remember something. If you want to be happy in your life, you want to be happy, if you truly want to be happy, you got to take control of your life. Love yourself. Okay? Love yourself. 15 keys to learning to love yourself more. I want you to stop what you're doing, and I want you to click the link in my bio, and I want you to go buy this book. I want you to have it tonight, not tomorrow. I want you to have it tonight. You figure out a way to go get this book right now, because this book will change your entire life. I promise you that. I love you, and I will see you next time. Take care.